Greetings, ladies and gents, and welcome to this latest narration of the web series Burning Ones. If you're new to the series, there is a playlist listed down below in the description, and as always, I hope that you enjoy. Chapter 18, The Fallen in the Fire. Salvage CCTV footage, Stella del Fuoco. Conference room 2, camera 8, 10.7.38, 11:23:05. An explosion rattles the ship. The hull is breached, exposing the room to the vacuum of space. 4 Seraphim and Kestrel battlesuits fly through the breach in formation. Their wings flare and quickly arrest the momentum as they enter the ship's atmosphere. They gather into a phalanx formation, standing back to back, wings folded forward and to shield their bodies. A breach canister is launched from the larger Seraphi's heavily armored suit. The Stella del Fuoco's alarm systems wail in the background. A swarm of tiny surveillance bots is launched. One is seen streaking towards the camera lens. Static blip, picture returns. Voice print, Al Saya, communications specialist. Pinging now, got the lieutenant's distress beacon, dammit. We've breached the wrong side of the ship. Voice print, Al Hera, ranking NCO. Saya, report life signs. Saya, 30 upright biped, species unknown, but they show up hot on the scopes, mostly clustered on the port side. Another 30, species potentially human, also clustered to the port side. Minimal resistance expected en route. Hera, Elbow, take the door. We push hard and fast. Get Lieutenant and Expel through the nearest exterior wall. Non-lethal weapons only. We don't want to escalate things. Voice print, Al Elbow, combat engineer. Copy, breaching now. Seraphim owls break formation and follow Elbow to the door in a staggered fire. It's not locked. This is all civilian. Why would the lieutenant be trapped here? The team exits the room, guns and wings raised. Starboard hallway, camera 9, 10.7.38, 11:24:01. Voice print, Al D, combat specialist. Could be a black site. I read humans have a lot of those. We would be swarmed with security by now. This is something else. Sire, hostile environment. Negative, ma'am. Still piled up on the port side. Could be mealtime. Lieutenant's marker is ahead. 2 life signs in the room with him. 1 unidentified, high energy signature. 1 human, 10 meters straight up ahead. Look sharp, everyone. The team stops outside the door. Elbow readies the large breaching hammer. There is a spike on one side of the head and a concussive charge on the other. The owls form up behind Elbow's brutish form. Sire faces rear towards the camera, gun raised. D taps Elbow on the shoulder. He steps to the side and swings the hammer into the door. Starboard dining hall, camera 9, 10.7.38, 11:24:43. The camera shakes and the door is blasted off its mount into a stack of chairs. D flies through headfirst, guns in both hands, laser targeting systems active from her helmet. She lands in the center of the room and is immediately hit with a large explosive ball of fire. The explosion throws her 5 meters. Her guns spouted red blasts of energy as she spiraled across the room. Smoldering, as her armor absorbed the heat, she crashed into an aluminium table, which buckled and collapsed with the impact. Contact front, lethal option, authorized. On me! Move, move, move! Elbow dove through the door, wings wrapped protectively around his body. He took the center of the floor as the flames began washing over him. His talons pierced the floor, locking his body in place. The wings of his Kestrel battlesuit expanded, layer after layer extending, shielding his body and a space on both sides. Hera and Saya slid across the floor and joined him on either flank. I won't be able to hold this for long. D, report. Elbow's shield shook, vibrating from great distance. Hera, how many are there? One, just one. D was assaulted with another wave of fire. She dove away, narrowly escaping the blast and firing her guns as she flew. Energy weapons, null effect. I repeat, null effect. Draw its fire. I'll try the projectile. Go. Hera's Kestrel ejected a metal tube from its back compartment. Hera caught the tube and it expanded, like it was made out of liquid, into a bow, as large as she was tall. Hera calmly fitted a long arrow onto a string. Saya tossed a grenade past the shield. Hera drew the bowstring behind her ear and leapt into the air. Her wings carried her high above the shield, near the ceiling. As the explosions rocked the room, the arrow flew free. The shrieking wail cut through the recording. The microphones clipped and popped, unable to process the frequencies. I hit something. The shield rattled again. Something powerful was battering it. Now it's angry. The savage beating continued. A huge sword cut through the side of the shield. The burning blade tore through Albo's kestrel wings, and then through Hera's helmet. The blade stopped when it was halfway through her face. The blade was yanked backwards. It took Hera with it, slamming her limp body into the shield and then ripping free. The sword came down again. This time it removed the remainder of Albo's left wing above his shoulder. Albo rotated his right wing up into the air and leapt, bringing the wing and his entire body weight down into the handle of the sword, and his wield attempted to reset for another swing. The sword was ripped from the attacker's grasp, but it cut into Albo's leg as he dashed to the floor. "Ah! Go! Go!" Dee and Sai charged forward. Dee wielded 2 long knives, and they were electrified and arced blossom sparks from their edges. Her wings beat madly behind her body, thrusting her forward at a stunning speed. Sai tossed several grenades, which exploded on impact. Then he too rushed in, wielding a staff which expanded from his arm. A long, blazing stream of energy cut into the picture. It whipped through the Sai's legs and then recoiled and struck him again as he attempted to stand. He flew, tumbling out of control, as Kestrel's wings failed to arrest his momentum and right his body. Dee dodged the tail of fire, slashing out with both hands as it passed over her. She severed a 2-meter section, which fell to the ground and burnt to ashes immediately. Sai's staff cut through the air. It spawned a long blade at the end as it flew through the camera's field of view. The spear struck something and Dee charged forward, a single wing tumbling across the floor, then a second, followed by a blinding gust of fire. Dee's blackened and burning wingless body flew across the room. She hit the back wall, but remained there, impaled on Sai's spear. A creature with huge blazing wings of pure energy and a serpentine tail, 12 meters long, leapt into the picture. It was screaming. Fire spewed from its mouth. It was some distorted mix of human, bird, and reptile. The flames engulfed Albo's body as he tried to stand. Saya threw another spear, striking the creature in its arm and halting its fiery assault. Albo lunged forward, his remaining wing still burning, and brought his hammer down on the creature's chest. The charge in the hammerhead exploded and knocked the creature backwards. The entire room was burning now. Fire suppression systems sprayed foam from the ceilings in a losing battle against the flames. Sire and Albo limped forward, weapons raised. The tail lashed out, cutting through the air, throwing molten globs of fire in its wake. Albo dove clear and ejected his ruined wing from his suit towards the creature's tail like a giant blade. The tail was cut in half, and the remains turned to ash. The creature leapt on Albo, who was unable to shield himself from the vicious predator. Its body was small, like a human woman's, but its colossal wings and serpentine tail dwarfed its core. The creature bore down on Albo, pinning him against the ground and spewing fire down on him. Saya rushed forward, his spear a whirlwind of motion. The creature turned its fire away from Albo's charred remains, focusing instead on the spearman. Saya battered the flames away, his spear whirling in front of his body, spinning faster than the eye could see, depriving the flames of oxygen. His kestrel wings shielded his body on either side, and the creature screamed in frustration. The creature drew its wings backwards. Fire and light blazed from them. They coiled and then snapped forward like a tsunami waves crashing on the shore. The creature's wings folded in on Saya, obliterating his defenses and wrapping him in a blanket of molten energy. The flames blazed higher and higher, greedily licking at the edge of the camera enclosure. A human woman staggered through the flames and the door. The picture was engulfed in smoke, glowing bright red as the flames filtered through. The lens cracked. End recording 10.7.38, 11/28/15. End of chapter. I'd quickly like to thank the T5 peeps: Cold War Boomerwaffen, Sevaren Serberous, Bushmaster 177, Henry the Red, Casper Arnholtz, Cold War Boomerwaffen, Elijah Silvercross, Dragzoon W.R.E, and Sevaren Serberous. Thank you very much.